Good morning, people. As you are coming in to the Wilshire Fitness class, welcome to the class. And once again, I'm Sara Berg. If you haven't been here before, I'm Sara, and we will be doing a fitness class. This is a great time right now as we're getting ready to start. Got a couple minutes, 1 minute actually, but a couple minutes. So you can turn your cameras on and start setting yourself up for doing the class with me. So a few things that we're just going over as you're getting ready. Today we will actually go to a chair about halfway through, a little more than halfway through the class. We're going to use a chair. And we will also do a little bit on the floor at the very end, which if you want to stay in the chair, you can. Or if you want to go to a couch or a bed at that point, you can. Or if you want to go right on the floor. So I usually use a folding chair, which I'm just going to set up over here because that seems to work pretty well for demonstrating what you could do in a chair if you're going to do the entire class in a chair, or if you're going to be standing. So please do have water. I know I cue this a lot, and I'm going to keep doing that a lot, but drinking water while exercising is fairly important.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning. Good
Shalom,
morning.
Shalom.
Hello, hello. As we get going, if you have questions, you really are allowed to turn off your mute and ask them. I know once I get going, that feels kind of awkward because I'm just talking, talk. And it feels like you're interrupting, but you are allowed to, yes?
I had therapy this morning for vertigo, so I'm going to be moving slowly on my ball.
Oh, very good. Thank you for letting me know that. Absolutely. That's
just
a good
so
idea.
You don't think if I stop, nothing happened to me. I'm just taking it easy, but the therapy worked. So
I'm delighted to hear that. Yes, if you are starting to feel a little woozy or overwhelmed by any movement, I usually ask you to try and keep some kind of movement going. Even if you're modifying and slowing down the range of motion, totally fine. Sometimes people do that just because they're getting a little tired, not because they're getting woozy. But yeah, exactly. You have to be able to take care of what's going on with your body throughout. And that's actually an important part of this, is that I ask people to exercise at your own rate, which is going to be different than that of your neighbors. Always is. So I'm going to put on the spotlight for me, which is just that means that generally you should see me and not all your neighbors. Then I go back to the gallery view so I can watch you. I'm going to put on a little bit of music. And if you are going to do this in the chair, that's what you do. You stay in the chair. I'm going to show you different things you can do in the chair. And if you're standing, we're going to be moving. If you're moving standing, I would prefer that you be wearing some kind of an athletic supportive shoe, just because that's better for the joints. Although there are people who can exercise barefoot, and that's fine, because I'm not cueing you to do high impact. High impact just means when you jump or do anything that causes your knees and hips to have more of an impact on it. You are also welcome to do that if you and your doctor are in agreement that that's an okay thing for you to do. So if I give a move and I say you could jump this, if that's okay for you, that's fine. I'm just going to give a little music here. Now, if the music turns out to be a little bit loud for you, you can always go to your Zoom and turn it down a little bit. I usually put it right in the middle. I'm just going to have you take an arm and stretch it all the way up and all the way over, all the way up and all the way over. Just a little bit of like waving your arm and letting that go over the side of the head and stretch the waist. If you're standing, you have the feet a little bit apart, a little bit wide. You don't actually have to move the feet. All the way side to side. Eyes straight forward on the camera. All right. Start a little hip movement. This is just a little bit of a hip movement. Take the arms back and forth. Dance the hips. Just warming up. Yes, exactly. I see people coming in. I know that that's good. So you keep that little dance movement. A slightly fast rhythm, and that's what we're going to work with today for the first part. Good. Hands to the shoulders, reach and tap. Good. So even though this is a little quick, just going to show you if you were sitting in a chair, you would just put the feet a little wide, stretch and tap right from the chair. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, good. Oh, more people coming in, delightful. So keeping the same rhythm, can you stretch across? Stretch across, good. So if you're standing or if you're sitting, you can still do these stretches. Hello, welcome to class. So I'm going to start tapping my foot. We should just warm up the hips a little more. 4 more. Good. All right, feet a little wide. Hip movement. Take the hands about the same height as the hip and just move them in and out. And again, this could be on a chair. We'd just be doing the same sort of thing here. Good. Up. I'm just doing a little swinging arm movement. Good. One arm and then the other. Very good. All right. Heel tap. Now, some of you I can't really quite see because the camera is up too high. If you could, there we go. Let me change that a little bit. I'm just doing a heel tap. I'm showing you from a chair. You can always do a heel tap. Right? And I would start moving the side to side. Like that. Now, start to take the arms up and down. This is literally just to warm up the shoulders. Dance the hips. Good. Now, everybody take it to a little march. That can be in the chair, too. March. You can try that with me if you want. Here we go again. Not bad. It's a march. Don't worry about it. Good. Feet apart. Dance the hips. Arms back and forth. If you're in a chair, doing it kind of quickly. All right. Heel tap. Heel tap. Swing the arms. Remember that you can still do a heel tap in the chair. Everybody march, including in the chair. And again. Do that. Oh. Little march. Good, you guys. Try one more time. Go up. Up, not too bad. Moving off. Feet wide. And this can also be in the chair. Stretch the arm. Big circle. Big circle. 10, take it back to a march. Try one more time. Good. Good. March. That's okay. We're almost done with that part. Good. Heel tap. Good. Keep a march. Keep a march. Now, if you want, you can march towards the camera and away. If you want. Now, I realize this is a little bit quick, this music. If you have any leg injuries or your hips are stiff, you can try going a little bit wider with your feet. Eyes here. Good, forward and back. All right, feet a little wide. Tap. Now, can you move the torso? If you're in a chair, you can move the torso and move the leg. Right. If you're standing, can you take the arms up, down, and still keep moving the torso? Good. If that's a little fast for you, you can always put your hands back on your hips. So those are options. It is a fast beat. 4, 3, 2, excellent. Take this up, bounce the hip. We've talked about this. When you're picking up the thighs, can you bounce the hip? Abs are tight. Good. Can you take the arms in and out? In and out. Bounce the hip. Pick the thigh up. Good, you guys. All right. Back to these long arm movements. 4 more. See how wide I have my feet? Good. 8 more. 8. I'm going to take this arm all the way over and really move the torso. This also could be in the chair. Really side, side. 4, 3, 2. Heel tap to the front. Hands to the armpits. Very weird swimming movement. Swimming movement, like a breaststroke. Like a breaststroke. Now can you make that rhythmic? I don't know, let's see. Yes. Beautiful. Esther Williams. Move those arms. Very good. Very good. Get a little wide, up and back. Yep. Arms. In and out. In and out. Good. Bounce the hip. I'm just coming to peek because I want to make sure you're using your hips correctly. Pretty good. You want the knees and feet a little wide. Bounce the hips, in and out. Can you double pump? Double pump. Good. If you need a break, you just modify somehow. All right. Side step. Again, this can be in the chair. A little bit quick. See, if I were in the chair, I'd also use my arms to make it a little bit side to side. Which, by the way, I can do that here. 4 more. Right. Good. Feet wide. Dance the hips. Arms in and out. Can you take the hips back? Pick them up. Pick them back. This can also be in the chair. Abs tight. When I say abs tight, you're really squeezing in your groin. Can you take the hips way back? Shake your butt here. Come back up. 3 more. Back and forth. Oh, I like the shoulder shimmy. I see a little bit of shoulder shimmy on a few of you. Very good. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. All right. Heel tap. Bring it out. Now this could be a big skip. I have seen some of you before doing kind of a big hoppy skip. You're welcome to do that, or not. And if you're in the chair, and if you feel like you can manage a big swing, move the hips a little bit so you've got that waist and rib cage moving. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. All right. Feet a little wide. Watch my feet. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Can you move the hip? Forward. Back. This can be in the chair too. Forward. Back. Bounce. Good. I'm still using a lot of arms. 4 more. I'm just keeping my left foot on the ground. Good. Change. Right foot. Forward. This is the left foot forward, going forward and back. Right foot's on the ground. I'm going to swing my arms around. 4. That's it. Bounce the hip. Good. Last 4. 4. 3. That's pretty good. 2. And 1. Hips. Can you do that side to side? Can you pull the arms in and out? 8 more. Move the torso. Good. 4 more. All right, feet a little bit apart. Swing the arms up, push the hips forward, swing it back. Swing it up, swing it up. And again, you can do this in the chair. You would be towards the front of your chair. You'd be swinging up and all the way down. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. All right, take it here. Little kick, little kick. Again, on the chair, you can do the same thing, but it's towards the front of the chair with a little side movement in the torso. 8 more. 8. That's nice, but I am seeing some of you watching your feet. I would prefer you looking forward. Forward. Towards me. Yes, you can do the arms. You can do weird things with the arms. In fact, I kind of like when you do weird things with the arms because it tells me you're having to, yes, counterbalance. Eyes up. Very good. All right, feet on the ground. Let's take this back, back, dance it around. 8, 7, 6, really move the hips. Can you do it faster? I don't know, let's see. Some of you can. Ooh, nice. Yes, you can do that in the chair. All right, heel tap. Bounce, arms in and out. Nice and tall. 4 more. Heel tap. Feet a little wide. Stand. Okay, really swivel the hip. Abs tight. Good. On the right. Up. Up. Every time you lift the leg, you put it down and swivel the hip. Can you do that fast? Not bad. Change leg. Up, down, up, down. So see how when I put my foot down, I'm still dancing the butt. I'm just not using my arms very much, but you can. 4 more. Good. All right, heel tap, swing. Okay, let's do some big swinging. Less hip, more swinging of the arm. Good. Bounce the hip. Yes, you take that sweater off. Woohoo! Yeah. All right. Hands to the thigh. Hands to the thigh. Put your butt back a little bit. Make it dance. Make your butt dance. Hands on the thigh. Squeeze your stomach. Squeeze your stomach. Shoulders. Shoulders. Now I'm doing that fast. You can do that slow. 8 more. Squeeze the low stomach. Pretend you're taking all of the action underneath your belly button. Pull it back to your lower back. Keep your knees bent. All right. Up. Nice and tall. Lift, lift. Now I want that height from the top of your head. If you're in the chair, I really want to see this lift. Lift, 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 lift. If you're not in the chair, this is you. Lift, lift, good. Can you continue that with the arms up? Lift, lift, and those arms stretch. That's it. If that's too much for your shoulders, just bring them down a little bit. Good. Nice. All right, feet wide. Arms a little lower. Swing it around. This also can be in the chair. Swing it around. Lean it out a little bit. You want to get your spine to go a little bit sideways as well as around. Right, so we're rotating the spine. Some of you could push your hips a little bit farther back. You get a little more stretch in the lower back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, very good. All right, feet about hip distance, toes forward, hands here, back, and up. Get the butt back, lift the chest, Squeeze your belly to your lower back. Breathe or suck in your low gut. Keep it going with the rhythm. Put your hands right on your thighs. Back, down, up, 2, back, down, up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. This also can be done on the chair. Feet a little wide. Take it over, down, around, come all the way up. Other way, over, down, all the way up. So if you're in the chair, you don't have to have your arms up, but you can be doing a big swivel of the torso that goes down, back up, down, back up, down, back up. 2 more each way. Here's the last one each way. All the way down, all the way around. Last one. All right, heel tap. Bounce and lift. Can you really dance that around, even if you're in a chair? Can the hip move? Can the thigh go to the side? Can the arms go? Watch this. Feet apart, arms up, make fist. Punch the air. Punch the air. Bounce your hips. Punch the air. Feet are on the ground. You need to have your hips bouncing up and down as you punch the air. If this is too much, take it lower. Punch the air. This could also be banging on a door. Let me in, let me in. Don't keep me out. Bounce your hips. Pound to the door. Pound to the door. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring it low. Heel tap. Yeah, that should have gotten your heart rate up. Skip it out. Skip it up. Now take your feet a little wide. This can also be done in the chair. Sit it back. Abs are tight. Little run. Little run. Little run. Little run. Relax the arms. Little run. Less about the arms, more about the thighs. Arms are relaxed. Little run. Little run. Little run. Little run. Little run. Your feet really don't leave the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7. Relax the arms, guys. 4, 3, 2. Very good. Heel tap. Woo! Exactly. Swing the arm. Bounce it out. Get as tall as you can from the top of your head. Nice. Let the hips move a little bit side to side. I saw some people drinking water. Totally understand that. Anytime, by the way, remember, anytime you can just go dance over and get that water. Good? Feet to that wide position. You can do this in the chair too. Thighs up. Here's you in the chair. Now, can you take the shoulder to the side where the leg is coming up? Shoulder to the side. So if you're taking the leg to the side, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Doesn't have to be that high. Bounce the hip. Pretend you're dancing. This is the weirdest looking dance ever. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs a little bit wide. This can be on the chair too. And we're taking it down, up. Look at this camera. That was a little slow. You could be going faster. If you were in the chair, you would be doing a plie leg and still rotating across, coming back up. Rotating across towards your foot and coming back up. Breathe. Every time you come up, look at the camera in case your teacher's about to call your name. She's not going to do that, but she might. You never know. She might. Nice. If you can look down when you're going down, then just make sure you look up when you come up, unless you get very woozy doing that, in which case don't do that. Breathe. Good.
I gotta go, darling.
Okay, darling. 8, 7. If you're done with that, because you're getting woozy, just march in place. We'll dance around and get some water.
Bye-bye.
3 more. All right, all the way up. Heel tap. Good. Arm up. Shoulders down. In. Open. In. Open. Now, can you dance your hips side to side while you move the thigh and the foot? So there's a lot of moving across the lower back. Right. Now if this feels very easy, you can double it up. You don't have to. Nice. I'm watching hips mostly. Can you take the feet a little bit out to the side? Just so the hips are constantly opening. Right. 4 more. Take it here. Now watch this. Get a little wide. Stand. Now you can do this either way. You can go it back and forth. Woo! Of course, you could go fast. Ah, so cute. So cute. Dance your butt. Arms up and down, like waving in a weird way. Nice. Again, if you're in the chair, you can be doing this movement, but still moving your hips. Good. Very good. Heel tap. Stretch it out. Nice. Okay, so we have been talking about the abs here. The hips should keep moving, but you're squeezing in between the legs and just a little bit between bone to bone, sucking in the low tummy. Right? So the lower back is nice and open. Very good. Feet here. Pump. Now that's a fast one. If that was not good for you, I'd rather see it half time and a little higher. Right. I'd rather see the stretch. But if you're doing okay on that pump, that's fine. 10, 9, 8. Eyes up, please. Don't look at the floor. Thank you. Feet wide. All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. 3 more. If you're getting a little tired or a little woozy, go ahead and get some water. The rest of us are joining you in a second. 3 more. 2 more. All right, very good. Everybody keep moving. Get your water. Get your water. Get your water. Come back after you've had that water. Keep moving. The important part I'm saying here is keep moving. 10, 9, 8, 7. Get your water. Now if you have light weights, I guess I didn't mention the light weights. If you have light weights, you can get light weights. Even if you're in the chair, and if you're standing, get light weights. All right, I'm getting my light weights. In case you're wondering, these are actually 3 pounds. Sometimes I go as heavy as 5 pounds, but mostly not. Because when I'm doing these movement classes, I'm trying to keep the shoulder wall very open. If you're in a chair, you're still doing the legs a little bit to the side with the rhythm. Weights are to your side. Now, if you're on the chair, they're really right by the side of your hip. And you let the hip move a little bit. That's everybody. Weights are here. What I don't really want to see is everything tight. So I want to see the hip moving a little bit side to side. Before we start the arm movement, you're squeezing in the low abs and lifting through the top of the head, which usually means your chin has to be a little bit down. Chest is open. Arms go up and down. Now this is a stretch. Up and down. If you're doing it in the chair, you would be doing exactly the same kind of hip movement. And if you need to not use weights, you just put the arm weights down. Because I'd really rather see long arms. Right? Long arms. If you're feeling your lower back, you need to use a little bit more abs and possibly not even move your feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, crunch and lift, and this can be in the chair too. Leg lift. Side, find the rhythm. Weights here, up, down. Now it doesn't matter if they go along with the legs or opposite the lift, but what you're trying to do is just lift to the armpit. Abs are tight. Bounce the hip just a little bit. Nice for the bottles of water. Big points for the bottles of water. Good. When you lift your leg, you should have your knees a little bit apart so that the hip itself is being centered with the thigh instead of knees together. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the weight on the hip bone. Just take that to a side step. Yes, you can put that low on the hip bone, or if you need to really rest them, you can put them on the top of the hip bone. It's a little easier to rest the weight there. Bounce the hips. 4 more. Good. All right. Keep the step. Waist the shoulders. V. Now, can you bounce the hip a little bit down and up? Use the abs. Again, if you need to be doing this on a chair, this could be the same. This can be the same. If you need to not use the weights, you just put them down. That goes for anybody. 3 more. 2 more. All right, take it down. Roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders. That's everybody. Roll the shoulders. Use the spinal cord. Good. Let the hands just stay down, kind of by the side of the hips. Bend the knees. Nice, you guys. All right. Feet together, knees together. Or in the chair, you're sitting with the feet, knees together. Weights go back. Back. You can do this on a chair. You just let the spine move forward and back. A little tricep extension. Nice, you guys. If you're very tight in the lower back, you can take your feet wider, but so far everybody looks pretty good. But I was moving my butt back and forth. Back and forth. Right. Taking the weights way behind me, sort of like I'm going to throw them at somebody behind me, only don't do that, especially since several of you have somebody behind you, so definitely don't do that. Good. A little more dancing. Arms can go quite high here. Good. 4, 3, good. Side step if you're standing. Can you dance? Dance your hips. Weights on the hips or on the shoulders. PA position. Heels in, toes out. Dance the hips. Good. Weights inside of the thighs. Up, down. Up, dance the hip. Yeah, give your little hips a party there. 8, 7. If you want to do these without hand weights, you may. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. All right. If you cannot do your heel tap, if you are doing your heel tap, palm, a little bit forward, not as high as the shoulders. Abs tight. Bounce the hips. In, out, in, out. Just watching. Yeah, if those are a little too heavy, you can always change for lighter weight. I'm just watching the hips. Feet a little bit apart on some of you because your knees are too close together. You want them kind of more where the hips are. Good. 8 more. Oh, big points for the dancing hip. Big points for the dancing hip. 4 more. If it gets too much, you know to stretch your shoulders. Excellent. Hands on the thighs, shoulders. See how wide I took my legs? I'm trying to make the hips really stretch by keeping them wide and moving the shoulders. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. All right, roll it up. Weight from the shoulders, side step, down. Hips. I'm just resting my weights on my shoulders. Could be my hips. Again, could be on the chair. What I'm really looking for is how much are you lifting your weight? Right. And then moving the hips. Good. Nice. Let the hips dance. 4 more. Good. All right. Heel tap to the front. Again, this can be on a chair. I'm just going to come a little closer so you can see my arms are going up. back, up. If these are light, there should be no problem. If that is a problem, try one weight, 2 hands. If that's a problem, put the weights down. If all of that's too much, just put the arms down by your side. 8 more. Dance the hips. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Very nice. Feet wide. Shoulders. Like we were doing before. 4 more. All right, very good. We're going to put the weights aside, keep moving. Get some water. Drink some water. Get in the chair. I'm not going to stand right away. I'm just going to put the chair here. Now, this is something I've been cueing, and I've noticed that most of you got this idea. The hand is here, but the standing leg is pretty close to the chair. This is important because I don't want you to be away. All right, this can definitely be done in a chair. Up, out, back, up. Up, out, back. What am I doing? Front, side, back, stop. Front, I'm doing it a little bit high. Doesn't have to be. It can be pretty small. Abs are tight. Front, side, back, side. And if you mess it up, don't worry about it. Doesn't have to be high. So you go forward, side, back, side. It's fast, so go small. Right. Forward, side, back, side. Forward, side. I'm just going to be conducting. Forward, side, back, side. Very good. Put your feet down. Turn. Shake your butt. Bend your knees. Tighten up your abs a lot. Take the spine forward, but keep the shoulders back. Up. Forward. And back. Good. Keep the butt dancing. So we're basically stretching out the lower back. 2 more. Keep the hips dancing. 1 more. Good. All right. Here's the chair here on this side. This foot is pretty close to the chair. Fingers are just resting on the top. Be careful not to grip the chair. Literally, you're just resting your fingers on the top, no matter how tall it is. Abs are tight. We're going. Up, side, back, up. Now you see, I'm starting small. Probably could go bigger. Up, side, back, up. Keep looking at the camera. Bounce the hips. Yes, you can do things with the other arms if you want. You can do ballet arms. Do whatever you want with the other one. See, if the foot that you're standing on is too far away, then the body's going to want to lean. So you want to be kind of close with the foot. Up, out, back, out, up, out. Yeah, I'm trying to get you to do the fast. If that's uncomfortable, you can go slower. Eyes up, please. Some people are watching the floor. I'm watching the floor. So far, I mean, I know you're in California, but probably the floor is not going anywhere, possibly. If I'm wrong, it's an act of God. All right. Away from the chair, feet wide. Okay, so see where I got the plie? Dance it. Dance it. If you're in the chair. That's right. I still think you should be dancing. Nice, guys. I like the dance move here to the side. Ooh-ah. Now, if you can, you take it down and up. Looking at me. Getting the arms behind you. Elbow still behind you. That's actually kind of a part of the move. Is that the elbow? Yeah, very cute. I like some of the little Snoopy kids' heads. Yes. Some of us watched a lot of Snoopy kids in the day. Charlie Brown kids. That's fine. Yep, keep going. 3 more. 2 more. Can you do this? All right, get your chair. Your weight should be somewhere nearby. Feet, back it up. Back of the shins to the front of the chair. Tiny step forward. Now you can just try it like this. Arms in front of you, up and down. You know this dance. You know this dance. Take it down. And up. Down and up. Down and up. Sit in the chair. Oh, no weights, honey, no weights. You just put them nearby. Yeah, not in your hand. Sorry about that. Arms up and down. Yeah, like that. Now don't look down because the chair is not going anywhere unless it's an evil chair. If it's an evil chair, I have nothing to do with that. Where's the chair, you guys? Some of you are trying to do this without the chair. You really do want a chair. Yeah, thank you. I like the arms. Make pace. Like a thresher. 3 more. All right, 1 more. All right, go ahead and sit in the chair. That was excellente, excellente. I'm just going to take you here, right in the chair. Bring the hands up on the shoulders. Get some water. Yep, I see people getting water. One leg and then the other leg. Okay, so nice and tall. Big imaginary crown on your head. And we're going to start crunching. Now, crunching is, you know, people will talk about it like sucking in the gut. It is, it's sucking in the gut, but it's really lower than most people think of their gut. Most think of their gut as up here, and where I want you to be sucking in is really down in the groin. So as you lift the leg, you're sucking in the muscle in your groin and looking at the camera like I'm interesting. That's right. I'm aware that I'm not, but if you look right at me and suck in your gut and lift that leg nice and high, this is much harder to do standing and get it correct. You really, if you are going to stand and get it correct, you should have your feet a little wide, so that every time you lift the leg, you feel the suction in the low tummy. And breathe. Yeah, that's fine. That's an interesting chair you've got there. Nice, you guys. Suction, suction. I used to tell people, imagine there was a vacuum cleaner hose right at the top of your buttocks, a really strong one that's pulling in your low tummy, which, by the way, if you could have a vacuum cleaner hose do that for you, that would be awesome. 4 more. If I come up with a vacuum cleaner hose that can do that, I'm going to be very rich, just so you know. And then you're going to see my name all over the place as the person who created the vacuum cleaner hose that works the abs. 2 more. I'm all for that too. I'm going to talk to an engineer. All right, feet towards the front of the chair, or butt towards the front of the chair, feet forward. Now, what I've been working on with people is the idea that when you suction in your tummy and then pull in, it's really below the hip bones. So right now, if you put your finger at the top of the hip bones, you should be able to feel them no matter what size you are. I have some people tell me they can't feel them. That's not true. You can feel them. All right, then you're going to squeeze your abs and suction in, just like there's a vacuum cleaner hose, right at the base of your spine, top of your buttocks. Breathe and hold that section while you count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very simple, but you should be feeling the suction below the belly button. Now just release that. Now squeezing in between the legs, and your feet are here. We're going to open the chest, which basically means stretch slightly armpit to armpit. Come forward a little bit without dropping the shoulders and suction in the low abs. This is going to be a little easier to feel it. Now, you should not have your shoulders up. They should be down. That's it. And squeeze in the groin, but then from bone to bone in the pelvis, suctioning in, breathing. I don't actually want you holding the breath. And then come upright a little bit. Come upright. Good. Here we go. Suction in, squeeze, chest open. Let that back stretch. You're coming forward. You are not pulling the shoulders forward. You're suctioning in, count and suction. Suction hard in the groin. 4, 3, 2, come upright. Good. Now, put the hands on the thighs, okay, on the thighs, suction in, pull your chest open and forward, squeeze in the groin and press with the hands, not the shoulders, the hands. And you should feel a little tiny bit more tension in the low abs, not a lot. All right, come back up. See, I'm not making you count because I'm holding you there long enough. Squeeze, squeeze from bone to bone. Reach forward, chest open. Now we're just going to squeeze towards the knee. Squeeze towards the knee. Now you can actually push with your hands, but the biggest thing you should be doing is suctioning in your groin. Suctioning in your groin. Will you feel all this tomorrow? Probably not. Sometimes some people who have never done this before get a tiny, tiny bit sore in their abdominal wall, but not so much. It is your low abs. It's really the groin and the muscle from bone to bone in the low pelvic girdle. That's what we're suctioning in. And for all of this should feel very good on the back. If it doesn't, you're overdoing something. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, so now we're taking the hands up on the shoulders, suctioning up the groin, picking the leg up, taking the foot forward here. So you'll feel a little bit more work in the thigh, and just pull that thigh into the groin. So the groin down here, right? So you're pulling this part of the thigh towards your groin, and your eyes are up and you're looking at the teacher like she's interesting, and you're suctioning in. Vacuum cleaner. Suctioning in. Groin. Private parts. Right. Between the legs. Breathing. 5, 4. Too big a movement. Small. Good. Put the leg down. Whoa. All right. Very nice. We're taking the other leg. We have to do that. You see, I'm really quite forward on my chair, right? I have my kind of my hip bones on the front of the chair. That just makes my abs work more. I'm going to stretch up and down and up. Now, in the first part of the class, when we're doing all those standing moves, I am cueing you to be using your abs for balance. That's actually what we're doing. Right now, we're just spending a little bit of time on the specific of the abs. All right, so here we are. Let's not even put the hands there. Let's put them up on the shoulders. It's actually, when you start putting the hands here, the problem is most people push with their shoulders, and that's actually not what I want. Squeeze the abs, take the body forward with the chest open, squeeze tight in the groin. Now that's it. Now, can you keep that stretch in the lower back? Squeeze the abs, look at me, and go from leg to leg. Go from leg to leg. You're not going to be able to lift the leg very high unless you're insanely flexible. Just letting you know. Squeezing the abs, looking at your teacher. The ab squeeze should be stretching the lower back. If it's not doing that, you need to sit upright. How would you know? That would start to feel tight. And it shouldn't. And 4 more. Okay, good. All right, so remember we took the hands on the thighs, not quite by the knees, a little bit here. Chest forward, squeeze, and just move the shoulder. Now what I'm trying to get you to do is actually crunch the tummy and then contract the rib cage down. Okay, so contract and pull the rib cage across. So while I'm moving the shoulders, what I'm more interested in is what's happening with the rib cage. The rib cage should be pressing in and across. Yep, you should have it. Yep, that's very good. Yep, not too much shoulder, and the hands are pressing a little bit on the thighs, but not tight in the shoulders. And you should feel this down here, down here, down here. 4 more. How many times do I have to say down here? Pretty many, apparently. 3 more. 2 more. Yeah, that's very good. That's really very good. All right, and now you're upright, and you're putting the hands here. This is the other leg. And I'm just going to take that leg forward a bit, squeeze the abs, particularly in the groin, but then also from bone to bone, suctioning in, pick that leg up. Now I want you to see how small I'm doing this. I'm not doing a big movement, although that's not wrong, but if I do it a little bit higher and smaller, I'm going to feel more of the connection into the abdominal wall. And the other thing that's going to happen is my leg's going to get tireder. Just a side Benny. Good. Keep squeezing in the abs. The reason I want you to do this is just so your shoulders stay relaxed and you lift your chest. And 10, you can also hold on to the chair if you're starting to feel like you're going to fall off. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Excellent. All right, heels on the ground. And we're just going to open the thighs like the Charleston. Charleston, Charleston. So you're just rolling the thighs open. You can do the Charleston if you want. Woo, ah, woo, ah. It's much more fun standing. Well, I guess that's a matter of opinion. 4 more, 3 more. All right, feet super wide. I'm still fairly forward on the chair. Arms between the thighs, abs tight. Take that down. Hang down. We're just going to stay upside down for a few seconds so that you really let the back stretch. And let the torso move on the inside of one thigh, and then let the torso move on the inside of the other thigh. Your head is upside down. Some of you bring your head up. You can bring your head up if you're getting woozy, because we don't want you passing out. That's a bad idea. And 4 more, each side. That's nice. Breathe. And 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. Excellent. All right, so those of you that are going to be able to go to the floor, we're going to put the chair aside. If you're not going to go to the floor, just stay where you are. And if you're going to the floor, just get yourself a mat or a towel or go on a couch. If you need to move your camera so I can see you, that would be great. And once we get there, this is what you're doing. You're just going to stretch the back up and down. So if you stayed in the chair, you can be doing that. You can be hands here, spine up, spine down. The more we work on getting this spine stretch, abs pull in, let the back round up, and release down. You're doing that in a chair. You don't want too much in the shoulder if you can help it. You just want to round the back and pull the lower back way up. If you're on the floor, here you are doing this. Hopefully you can see me. Can you see me? Oh yeah, you can. All the way up and all the way down. Now, if you're on the floor already, and you can get water, in case I didn't cue you on that. I think I didn't. And then if you're here, now you have some choices after this stretch, and you would do this stretch like maybe 8 or 9 times. And then we do this stretch with the hips go way forward, the hips go way back. Now, if you're in a chair, that's essentially arching up and arching down. And if you're very, very good at planking, you can do down and up dog. That's just a full plank that does exactly the same spine stretch. So those are choices you have. Hands and knees all the way forward, all the way back. All right. Or if you're in the chair, all the way up, arch, all the way down, upside down. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds of that particular stretch. Now, however many way you're doing it, breathing would be good. Whichever one you're doing. Right. You're just letting that back really lengthen. Good. 5, 4, 3. If you're in the chair, you can still be stretching up and arching and taking it all the way down to the floor. That's great. All right. So whatever way you are, we're going to take it onto the floor. And we're just going to take the legs back and forth right here. So I'm resting on the ground. I'm going to push my, now you can use weights if you brought them. I didn't cue you to bring them, but they're not necessary. Hands to the armpits, the leg up. And hands to the armpits, the leg up. So I'm pushing the arms up. I'm letting the back really relax. And I'm pulling the legs up. Now, if I were in a chair, I could do basically the same thing. So I'm sitting in a chair, pushing forward, squeezing the abs, bringing one leg up, and then taking the other leg up. What I'm not really able to show really well is that my hands are kind of flat and pushing the air and pulling back with the arms. So that's whether you're on the floor or in a chair. If you're in a chair, as you squeeze your abs, you would bring that foot forward. So it's not a mega bent knee, it's a soft knee. And you need to have the height from the top of the head. If you're lying on the floor, that's very easy to do. If you're lying on the floor, you just rest your back. All right, so again, if you're on the chair, you're pushing and lifting. And if you're on the floor, you don't have to lift much because you're on the floor. 4 more. 3 more. I think I better set my chair back up because we have a few people on the chair. 2 more. And 1 more. Okay, so if you're on the floor and you just had this time now to really let the back stretch, I'm going to show you this and then I'm going to show the chair people what to do. You're just going to bring the legs up, feet a little bit high, bring the legs back and forth in opposition. Bring your hands to the back of the head, not too high with the neck, and just turn opposite. This is what people call the bicycle, which I've always thought was really funny because it doesn't look like a bicycle. All right, but if you're in a chair, you can do this back and forth. And actually, you can get quite a bit of action on that chair action. You just want your hips towards the front of the chair. Right. And you want the thighs to come up and crunch the belly and rotate the rib cage. Nothing wrong with a chair bicycle. To me, it still doesn't look like a bicycle, but we can pretend. So I would have the fingers to the back of the ears, so you can do a nice amount of work with the shoulder blades, whether you're on the floor. If you're having any trouble with the lower back on the floor, your feet should go up towards the ceiling more. And do not drop one foot down by the butt. Keep them both up where you can see them above your knees. And 10, very nice. And 9, see, I'm watching all of you to make sure nobody's doing anything that's going to cause you an injury. Yes, breathing would be good. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. Everybody takes a stretch, and this can be in the chair too. So the one I'm going to do now is just take my arms all the way up, legs down, and really stretch. And again, if you're in the chair, you would sit up and arch it up and stretch on the right and on the left, on the right and on the left, and then potentially sit up very straight and stretch both legs one at a time. Both legs. But that's what you do on the floor, just to stretch both the arms and the rib cage and the legs one at a time. All right, everybody, feet on the ground, arms out to the side, pelvic tilt bridge, and up and down. Take this slow. Now you want, if you're on the floor, you start with the pelvic tilt here so you feel the back really stretching into the ground, abs tight, and then you let the butt lift and the legs lift as high as is appropriate. We have worked on this one on the chair. If you're on the chair, the hands come back behind you, feet on the ground, and you just lift up and pull your shoulder blades back and down. You just want to make sure your feet are secure, your hands are secure. All right, so whichever one of these, and then if you're coming up on the chair, you want to look at the ceiling. Look at the ceiling, like, yeah, and then lift your hips up and pull your shoulder blades behind you when you get your hips up in the air and breathe. I'm going to mention the breathing part over and over. If you're really, really tired, then you just take a stretch. But I would like to see these slow and deliberate. Even if you're on the ground doing them, it should feel good. It should feel like you're working your butt. It should feel like your back is stretching. On the chair, that's where you want to really deliberately push the shoulder blades towards each other. Yep, that's very nice, everybody. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds, so you could do a few of them slowly or a few more faster. All right, in the chair, we're going to take the legs, you're going to come up on the balls of the feet and move the knees one way and then the other. Now, I usually put my hands on my shoulders when I'm doing these kind of stretches, because then that's isolating. If you're on the ground, you're going to bend the knees and let both thighs go one way and then both thighs go the other. This is a really, 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 really nice stretch for the lower back. On the chair, you just have to make sure that you're keeping your back very open while you let the knees go one side and then the other side, because you don't want to have this movement tighten up your back. 4 more. Keep going. 3 more. Keep going. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on really doing weights on the floor. And 1 more. All right. Whether you are in the chair or on the floor, we're going to put yourself in a supportive place. Whether you're on the floor, you're lying all the way down, stretch your legs out long, or keep your knees bent, feet on the ground, and bring your hands down by the sides of your hips on the floor. And if you're in the chair, get as much of the chair under you as you need to support your back. And you can have your hands on your thighs or down by the side, and close your eyes. And this goes for everybody. Please close your eyes and just take a few moments with your eyes closed to see if you can listen to my voice and simply follow instructions. So letting the whole body calm down to simply follow vocal instructions is actually assignment all by itself. Take a moment as you are listening and breathing to relax all the muscles of the face, jaw, and forehead. There's a bunch of them. So lips, tongue, nose, eyes, eyebrows, neck. So that's not quite the face, that's below it, but let's also relax the neck. If you're sitting, you want a feeling of lift from the top of your head so your neck can be nice and open. Take a couple of breaths, and on the next few inhales and exhales, See if you can release your spinal cord. That's whether you're in the chair or on the ground. I like to really feel like I'm inflating my lungs, not with pushing, just with allowing the lungs to inflate. And then as you exhale, just release the whole body. Take a moment to check the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. And breathe easy. You want to open up the airway all the way down to the diaphragm. Let the lungs just fill gently and exhale away tension. Inhale, filling yourself with a sense of calm, and exhale, sending away exhaustion and stress. Inhale, filling yourself with a gentle sense of well-being, and exhale, sending away pain, fear, injury, illness. Give yourself these next few moments in which your only requirement is to rest. Let yourself rest. And as you rest, picture yourself in your mind's eye and see yourself as healthy, strong, balanced, flexible, capable, perfect. Now, as always, this is your home. So if you want to stay where you are, if you're on the floor and want to take a nap, you're welcome to do that. Go ahead and shake your fingers and move your wrists and maybe warm up your shoulders and let your spine move. All these different body parts we've been using, you do want to try and move them during the day. You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming to class. I will be back again on Thursday. So have a, yes, that's right. Lots of movement. All right. We want to have lots of movement. Yeah, thank you. So I love when people are, their hands are coming up on the floor. They're going, oh, yeah. That's great. Okay, guys, see you Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.